According to the National Electrical Code, wiring in a garage with no finished wall covering that is more than 1.25 inches from the stud face is considered protected from physical damage. NEC Article 334.30 addresses situations where studs, joists, framing members, or rows of masonry units support wiring in locations where nails or screws are likely to penetrate the wiring. In such cases, the wiring must be protected against physical damage by one of several methods. Firstly, by installing metal plates under the wiring and securely fastening them to the framing members. Secondly, by running the wiring through bored holes in the studs, joists, or masonry units, provided that doing so does not reduce the structural strength of these members. Thirdly, by using flexible metal conduit, rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, liquid-tight flexible metal conduit, rigid non-metallic conduit, electrical metallic tubing, type NEC cable, or by other approved means. Consequently, if the wiring is stapled back more than 1.25 inches from the stud face, it is considered adequately protected from physical damage under the NEC and does not require additional protection such as conduit or shields. It's important to note that a 1.25-inch setback is a critical dimension. This measurement provides a buffer zone, reducing the likelihood of nails or screws used in future construction or modifications from penetrating the wiring. The NEC focuses on preventing accidental damage that could lead to electrical hazards, such as short circuits, ground faults, or even fires. Understanding this 1.25-inch rule is essential for ensuring electrical safety and code compliance in unfinished garages. If wiring is closer than 1.25 inches, additional protection methods, like those outlined in NEC Article 334.30, must be implemented. These methods provide a physical barrier that protects the wiring from potential damage. Metal plates, for example, can be installed over the wiring where it is attached to the studs. These plates act as a shield, deflecting nails or screws that might otherwise penetrate the wiring. Another option is to run the wiring through bored holes in the studs. This method physically isolates the wiring within the stud, providing a significant degree of protection. However, it's crucial to ensure that boring these holes does not compromise the structural integrity of the studs. Size and placement of the holes must be carefully considered to maintain the load-bearing capacity of the framing. The use of conduit is another effective way to protect wiring in unfinished garages. Conduit provides a rigid, protective pathway for the wiring, shielding it from physical damage and environmental factors. Several types of conduit are permitted by the NEC, including rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, rigid non-metallic conduit, and electrical metallic tubing. The choice of conduit depends on the specific application and the level of protection required. For example, rigid metal conduit offers the highest level of protection against physical damage, while electrical metallic tubing is a lighter weight option suitable for less demanding environments. When installing conduit, it's essential to follow the NEC guidelines for support and securement. Conduit must be properly supported to prevent sagging or displacement, and all connections must be made using approved fittings. Proper installation ensures that the conduit system provides continuous protection for the wiring throughout its entire length. Type NEC cable, also known as metal-clad cable, is another option for protecting wiring in unfinished garages. Type NEC cable consists of insulated conductors enclosed in a flexible metal sheath. The metal sheath provides a high degree of physical protection, making it suitable for exposed locations where wiring is susceptible to damage. Type NEC cable is relatively easy to install and can be bent to navigate around obstacles. However, it's important to use approved connectors and fittings when terminating Type NEC cable to ensure a secure and reliable connection. In addition to these specific methods, the NEC allows for the use of other approved means of protection. This provision provides flexibility for installers to use alternative methods that meet the intent of the code. Any alternative method must be evaluated and approved by the local electrical inspector to ensure that it provides an equivalent level of protection. When determining the appropriate method of protection for wiring in an unfinished garage, it's essential to consider the specific conditions of the installation. Factors such as the likelihood of physical damage, the presence of moisture or corrosive substances, and the accessibility of the wiring should all be taken into account. In some cases, a combination of protection methods may be necessary to ensure adequate safety. For example, wiring may be run through a conduit in certain areas and protected by metal plates in others. Regardless of the method used, it's crucial to ensure that all wiring is installed in accordance with the NEC and any local electrical codes. Compliance with these codes is essential for ensuring the safety of the electrical system and preventing potential hazards. It's also important to note that the NEC is a living document that is updated on a regular basis. Electrical codes are revised every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and best practices. Therefore, it's essential for electricians and installers to stay up to date on the latest code requirements. Failure to comply with the current code can result in fines, delays, and potential safety hazards. In addition to the specific requirements for wiring protection, the NEC also includes general requirements for the installation of electrical systems. These requirements cover topics such as grounding, bonding, overcurrent protection, and wiring methods. Proper grounding and bonding are essential for preventing electrical shock hazards. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping a circuit breaker or fuse and energizing the circuit. Bonding ensures that all metal parts of the electrical system are connected together, creating a low impedance path for fault current. Overcurrent protection is provided by circuit breakers and fuses. These devices are designed to interrupt the flow of current if it exceeds a safe level, preventing overheating and potential fires. The NEC specifies the appropriate size and type of overcurrent protection for various types of circuits and equipment. Wiring methods refer to the way in which conductors are installed and supported. The NEC specifies the types of wiring methods that are permitted for various applications, as well as the requirements for supporting and securing the wiring. Common wiring methods include non-metallic sheath cable, armored cable, and conduit. When working with electrical systems, it's essential to follow safe work practices. Electricity can be dangerous, and even a small shock can be fatal. Always to energize the circuit before working on any electrical equipment. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician has the knowledge, skills, and experience to perform electrical work safely and in accordance with the NEC. They can also help you ensure that your electrical system is up to code and meets your specific needs. In summary, wiring in a garage with no finished wall covering that is more than 1.25 inches from the stud face is generally considered protected from physical damage under the NEC. However, if the wiring is closer than 1.25 inches, additional protection methods must be implemented. These methods may include metal plates, portholes, conduit, or Type MC cable. It's essential to follow the NEC and any local electrical codes when installing electrical systems to ensure safety and compliance. Always use safe work practices and hire a qualified electrician if you are not comfortable working with electricity. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your garage wiring is safe, reliable, and up to code. Remember that the information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector for specific questions or concerns about your electrical system. Staying informed and adhering to the NEC are crucial for maintaining a safe and compliant electrical installation.